One should, in accordance with the commandments, and according to his power or ability, be kind enough to lend to his neighbor and strengthen him in time of his need. This is in accordance with Deuteronomy 15:11, as patience should be considered when lending to a man in poor state. Furthermore, the lender is not to delay in showing mercy to the borrower. If you meet your obligations dealing with him faithfully, two things will happen. The borrower will pay the lender back in due season, and the lender will always be able to borrow the thing that is necessary for him in his time of need. However, borrowers and lenders have a fickle relationship in general. Many borrowers treat a loan with the belief that it is something they found and can keep. This causes embarrassment to the lender. Of these, there are those borrowers who will speak submissively and pay homage. However, when the time comes to repay, he will prolong the time, saying that it's an inconvenience or make a lot of worthless excuses. The lender has two options: insist on it being returned or count it as a loss. If he insists on being paid, he will hardly receive half of the loan. However, if he counts it as a loss, the lender earns himself an unnecessary enemy who robbed him. Instead of the borrower paying back the loan, he often backs the lender into disgrace, cursings, and railings. Just as I stated earlier, borrowers and lenders have a fickle relationship in general. Many people therefore have refused to lend, fearing to be defrauded. Even in light of this, as commanded in Torah, the poor must be helped regardless. It is better to lose your money to your brother or your friend than to let it rust under a stone. It says in the Old Testament, for one to lay up your treasure according to the commandments of the Most High. In time of trouble, the fact you have been given alms is a treasure that can help deliver you from all affliction. Almsgiving will fight against your enemies better than a mighty shield and strong spear would. An honest man, per Proverbs 6:1, is willing to guarantee his neighbor's debt. It is only the impudent who will forsake his neighbor. The scribe stated that one should not forget the friendship of your surety, for he has given his life for you. A sinner, being of an unthankful mind, will overthrow the good estate of his surety and leave him in danger that delivered him. Many influential people have been shaken as a wave upon the sea when they lost their homes after being cheated on their suretyship. These have been driven to wandering in foreign countries. A sinner transgressing the commandments of the Lord will fall into suretyship lawsuits. Therefore, one should beware and protect himself against the dangers involved in lending. The chief things in life are water, bread, clothing, and a house to cover shame. It is better to be poor and live in a mean cottage, in a average-looking cottage, than delicate fare in another man's house. One should be content with however much or little he has, ignoring those who reproach his house. If one goes from house to house, Per Proverbs 27:8, it is a miserable life. The stranger will hear bitter words about him wherever he is at. Some of them are sampled in Sirach 29:26 and 27. Stranger, come here and set the table. I want to eat what you've got there. Give it here. Go away, stranger. I've got an important guest. My brother is coming to visit and I need the room.